Welcome to today's video. This is part 2 of Unit 3, the staff for our book, Play Piano Now. So in the previous video, we were introduced to both treble and bass clef, lines and spaces, and we primarily worked with the bass clef notes, identifying them. Now we're going to go on page 35 and identify notes on the treble clef. So once again, the notes for the treble clef are E, G, B, D, F, F, A, C, and E. Refer to your keyboard chart for help or for the lines and spaces that you have been writing on your staff paper. Written exercise away from the keyboard. Circle each G in the treble clef. G is the second line up from the bottom of that staff, and the key G is right here. Now, take your right hand. Your thumb will be placed on this C, middle C, in the keyboard, middle C, and the rest of the fingers will fall naturally to the right of that C. This is called C position for the right hand. Now, write and play exercise numbers 1 and 2, just like we did for the previous video. We're going to write the note names in those little boxes. If they have already been given to us, you can cover it up and see if you can identify them on your own, trying your best to memorize what each line of space is. If it is difficult for you, try to either look at the keyboard chart at the fallboard of your piano or use the mnemonic. Every good burger deserves fries. For example, if we had a note, and that note were right here, I don't know if you can see that, and then my marker's kind of going away, but that's the note right here on the middle line, and we have no idea what that note is. What we could do is say every good burger, the first letter of the word burger is B, so we know that's B, and B is right there, as it says on our keyboard chart. So that's one way, or two ways, we can find out the note. Let's go ahead and place our hand in C position, and we're now going to say and play the notes together. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, F, E, D, C, D, E, F, G, G, C, E, G, C. How did you do? If you were able to identify all the notes correctly and play them, good for you. Let's now go on to number 2. Same thing, write the note names, or if they've already been written, cover it up, and try to identify them on your own. Next, once we know what these note names are, let's play and say them together. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, E, E, F, E, E, D, E, D, G, E, F, E, 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 D. Very good. I hope you were able to identify and play them all together. The grand staff. When we play the piano, we play with both hands, and each hand will have their own staff to play. The treble clef, which is the clef or the staff on the top, is for the right hand, and the bass clef staff is for the left hand. They will be stacked on top of each other, so the right takes care of these notes, and the bass clef takes care of these notes. Observe the C position on the grand staff for page number 36. Placing your hands in those C position, let's go ahead and place your first finger and then finger number 5, and those are all the fingers that are playing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or C, D, E, F, G. Okay, so the position is going to help us to play on page 36. After the notes have been written in, go ahead and play and say these notes. Ready, with both hands on C position, starting with the right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4. C, E, G, F, E, D, C, 2, 3, 4. Now left hand, C, D, E, turn to page 37, away from the keyboard, a written exercise. These notes or rhythms and rests are a review. How many beats are in each of these notes? The half note, 1, 2. The quarter note, 1. Whole note, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember what the rhythms are and be able to clap and count at the same time. It says here on number 2 for page 37, complete each measure by adding just one G. And we know G is the second line of treble clef and this note or key right here. So these measures are incomplete. They require 4 beats in each measure, and so one note must be written in to complete all 4 beats. What notes should be written in? For the first measure, we have 3 quarter notes on G, and we just need one more note to complete 4 beats. It is a quarter note. And now, number 3, it says here to add one rhythm, F, to complete the measure of 4/4. So, F is right here, and it is the 4th line in bass clef. We have a half note. What one note of F should we write to complete the 4/4 time? If you said half note, correct. Please complete the rest for numbers 2 and 3. Now we have a song, Lightly Row, on the bottom of page 37. The steps for learning our music, as we have already discussed, are first to clap and count the rhythm. Let's go ahead and clap and count the rhythm after the lines, or excuse me, the measures, the bar lines have been written in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now for the bass clef line, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. Now, if this is confusing to you, and we're not sure how to clap and count, always remember that in a 4/4 time measure, we must have 4 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not sure if you can read that, but that's supposed to say 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so now I've fixed it. In a measure of 4/4 time, there will always be 1, 2, 3, 4 beats. And when we clap those, like a clap quarter note, we're always going to clap progressively up to that number 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So when we clap each of these quarter notes, we count 1, 2, 3, 4. If we only have 2 quarter notes, and let's say we have a it's a little better up here. Once more. Okay. Let's say we have 2 quarter notes and a half note. We still need to count up to number 4, and the way we clap this rhythm is 1, 2, 3, 4. And of course we shake for the half note because that's how we clap half notes. 1, 2. But because it falls on beats 3 and 4, that's where we're going to shake and say 3, 4. And for that reason, that is why we clap the way we do when we count and clap for the rhythm. If we had a whole note for the entire measure, we would just clap the whole note. 1, 2, 3, 4, shaking for the additional beats after the first clap. Okay, so after we've clapped and counted the rhythm, we're now going to clap and say the note name. Let's go ahead and clap the same rhythm and say the note name for these lines and spaces. And it's okay if we're not still comfortable with the note names on the staff. We'll learn it eventually as we go along. We just need more experience. Here we go. Looking at the notes on the staff for Lightly Row. 1, 2, 3, 4. G, E, E, F, D, D, C, D, E, F, G, G, G. Now for the bass clef, G, E, E, F, D, D, G, C, 2, 3, 4, release. After we have clapped and said the note name, it is now time for us to place our fingers in C position and to play and say the note name together. Here we go. Now I know this may be troubling for you, but we're going to try our best. Starting with finger number 5 there on G. Here we go. Let's play and say 1, 2, 3, 4. G, E, E, F, D, D, C, D, E, F, G, 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 E, E, F, D, D, C, E, G, G, C, 2, 3, 4, release. If we're still having trouble being able to play and say together, go back to a previous step. For example, clapping and saying the note name. If even that step is a little too hard for us, we can simply go over every single note, or as you can see there, the notes are already written in the box above. But just try your best as you go over these steps. Alrighty, and we will see you at next lesson.